Hello again. We're now going to look at project charters, which are the sort of high-level pre-plan that authorizes the project to begin. A very important document. The first part of a charter is the scope overview with the business case statement. That's what this video is all about. So if you remember, chapter 3 is all about chartering projects. The primary output of this chapter is the charter itself, and these are the first two sections. What I like to do is get my team together, and if the sponsor has anything useful to tell us in advance, we get that as information. But the person on the team who knows the most about the project is going to be the owner for this exercise. Somebody else can be the scribe, and everybody else will be questioners, asking more questions to try to understand. And so we get the owner talking, the scribe writing down things, and by the time we fill up a flip chart with ideas, we probably have enough information to get going. At this point, what I encourage the team members to do is to agree on what parts of this are what's, such as our cafeteria disposes 5,000 gallons of organic food waste a year. That's a what. We want to create a pilot project. That's a what. We've got all those in one color. And then everything that's a why. Why are we doing the project? Well, it's efficient and cost effective. We can provide fertilizer. It's a good return on investment. Those are all reasons why we would do the project. And so now what we want to do is divide our team. Maybe we have 4 to 6 people on our project team. 2 or 3 people are going to look at all the what's and try to write them in sentences. 2 or 3 people will look at all the why's and put them in sentences. So for instance, in this example, maybe our what statement, that's the scope overview, would be like this. We will develop this pilot, and it'll be a mid-size. We quantify it. We're saying how big it's going to be, 10,000 gallons. We're going to use this to develop a plan for a much bigger one, but we're not going to implement that. So that gives us an idea. And then why are we doing it? Remember, your sponsor and key executives at your company and customers, they're all looking at projects as investments. They want a return on their investment. And so they're going to be looking at that. And when we look at these statements, I'm going to go into a little more depth here. On the what, it's very helpful if we can have action words. I've got some of these in yellow. Develop, design, not implement. It's helpful to say what we're not going to do as well as what we will do. It's also helpful to quantify 10,000 gallons of waste a year, 50,000 gallons of waste. That helps us understand how big this is. What we're trying to do with the scope overview is we're trying to understand if this project is like an animal, is it an elephant or is it a rabbit? How big is it? What features are included? And then on the why statement, there's several things that we want to look at with why. One of them is, what's the return on investment? Now we allude to that here. It would be better if we actually had some numbers. So maybe a couple team members have to go out and try to figure out how they can put some numbers to this. Another thing is, how well does it align with our organizational mission? Well, part of our mission is to be socially responsible and to share our knowledge with the community. Those are in green. Part of it could be, is this something that we have the capability of doing, so we sort of have a moral imperative to do it? Well, we could reduce the impact on the landfill, so we should. And then a fourth thing that's not shown in this one, sometimes we got an emotional appeal. Are we saving babies' lives? You know, there could be a strong emotional appeal on some projects. A good business case statement is going to have several of these. If you have a good scope overview statement saying what you're going to do so people understand how big the project is and what's included, and a strong business case statement motivating people for why this project is really important, you're off to a great start.